Hello and welcome back to our next lesson. You are still with me, your teacher, Kondwani Nyirenga. So, as we said last time, that our next lesson will be Unit 2, and probably we'll discuss about the branches of agriculture. So, that is our lesson today. Recalling back, we explained the meaning of agriculture. We said that agriculture is the growing crops and rearing animals on the land for people's use. Now, these two, there is a growing crops and a rearing of animals. Now, these two, they give us the branches of agriculture. That is what we are going to learn today. So this is what I was explaining, what you are able to see there. You have two main branches of agriculture. Looking at that, I am talking of crop production, and also I'm talking of animal production. These are the two main branches of agriculture. Where are these coming from? From our last definition in Unit 1, the meaning of agriculture. We talked about the crop and we also talked about animals. Now, these are the two main branches of agriculture. So, crop production. These are crop production. We are talking of production of different farm crops, producing different farm crops. So that's why it is known as crop production. You talk of maize, you talk of any crop that is grown here in Malawi. That one falls under crop production. Animal production. Animal production is the keeping of different farm animals. That some of them, we mentioned them in the last lesson. So these two, they are the main branches of agriculture. So these ones, they also have their own sub-branches. So that means crop production has got its own sub-branches. Animal production has got its also own sub-branches. Look at this. Sub-branches of agriculture and crop production. This is what I was saying, that crop production will have its own sub-branches because there are different crops. They cannot all fall together. We cannot grow all of them crops together. Therefore, they have to be separated. That separation is what we call the sub-what? Branch. This one falls under this. This one falls under this. Now, these are sub-branches of crop production are as follows. You have agronomy, you have arboriculture, and also we have silviculture. These they are among the sub-branches of crop production. Not only those ones, you have agroforestry, we have horticulture, we have permaculture, we have floriculture, horticulture, and those are the sub-branches of crop production. We'll explain them into details. Now, moving forward, you have this one as sub-branches of agriculture and animal production. Also, animals, as they differ in their appearance, as they differ in their behaviors, as they differ in their functions, as they differ in the way they produce themselves, they are also divided. So some of them, they are divided according to their names. Look at this. You have the cattle farming, you have the goat farming, we have pig farming, sheep farming, poultry, fish farming, rabbitry, apiculture. So these are sub-branches of agriculture under animal production. So we look into details. We look into them in a detailed manner. So this is what we're expected to know. Now look at this one. Sub-branches of agriculture and crop production. Their meaning and examples. Examples of what? Examples of the animals, and I mean the examples of the crop that are done in that particular sub-branch. Look at this table. We have here the sub-branch, and here we have the meaning, and here we have the examples. Now, our first sub-branch of crop production to look at is agronomy. So, when we talk of agronomy, what do we mean? Agronomy means production of field crops. Production of field crops. What is the meaning of that one is that the crops that we produce in our different farms, those are the field ones. So these they fall under agronomy. So in this agronomy, we have these ones as our common examples. We have maize, we have cassava, and also we have tobacco, and we have cotton. These ones here in Malawi, they are produced in large quantities. People, they do produce them in largely, particularly in the fields. People have got fields of these particular crops. So these crops, they fall under agronomy. Moving forward, we have another sub-branch, arboriculture. Arboriculture means production of ornamental plants. When we talk of ornamental plants, we are talking plants like what? These are the plants that some of them they can be used for food, and some of them they are not used for food. Particularly, we are talking of the growing of shrubs and flowers. These are ornamental ones. They are used for different purposes. As I already earlier said that flowers can be used for beautification, for exportation, and other shrubs. These ones they are ornamental crops. So that one they fall under arboriculture. Examples of these ones we're having the shrubs of hibiscus and the flowers of rose flowers. These are ornamental crops. They are grown for other purposes. Not only these ones, we also have a sub-branch also known as silviculture. Now, when we talk of silviculture, what does it mean? Silviculture is the production of trees. The production of trees. Only trees. When people they have got planted, they have their forests, they plant, they have their wood rods. A person can plant a wood rod around or behind their home yards. That one they are practicing silviculture because they are only trees that are planted in that one. So that practice is silviculture. So trees that can be done, that can be produced, that can be planted under silviculture. We have the trees like these ones. We have the jacaranda trees. These ones they can be planted, and also we have the bloodwood. Bloodwood is mlombwa tree. People they plant these ones. So when you see people practicing that, these are planting trees in their backyards, what they are doing there is what we call silviculture. It is a branch under crop production in agriculture. Also, we have trees like the blue gum. These ones people also plant. When they plant, definitely just know that they are doing silviculture. We have trees like meraina, and lastly we have trees like msango. People they plant. Now, if this is done, what they are doing there is what we call silviculture, production of only trees. Now, continuing, we have agroforestry as another sub-branch. This word has got two terms. Be with me there. We have the first term, agro, and the second one is forestry. So they have combined these two to make agroforestry. Talking of agro and forestry coming together to make agroforestry, what it means is this: growing of field crops and trees together. Growing of field crops and trees together. Let's get back to the sub-branch, agro. The first word, agro. Agro means field crops. Look to the meaning, field crops. Get back to the sub-branch, forestry. Forestry means the growing of trees. Now, since agroforestry has come together, that is why they are saying that the growing of field crops and trees together, because agro and forestry has been combined. Therefore, the meaning should be one: the growing of field crops and trees together. So you can grow these crops and trees together, but not any crop can be grown together with the trees. No, but there are some crops that favor the growing with trees. So these are our examples. You have maize and msango. This is commonly in Damboland areas. In riverside farms, you find that there are also msango trees there. People, they favor to grow in maize. So these ones, they can favor each other. They can grow together. Msango, when is grown together with the maize, it does better because msango fix in a lot of nitrogen, which is a major element of maize to do well. Maize need a lot of nitrogen. So if you plant msango together with maize, it will do better. So we have the growing of sorghum and lucana tree. These also they do together. You can see the pairs there. They are not just combined anyhow, no, because if you just grow a crop with a tree that cannot match with that one, you end up having no yields. So these ones they go together as they have been paired. So we have the last pair. We have the millet and the Gricidia tree. These ones they do also together. So these ones, if you grow them together, growing of crops together with trees, this is what we are referring to as agroforestry. So moving forward, we have another sub-branch as horticulture. So horticulture is the production of fruits, vegetables, and flowers. When farmers are producing fruits, vegetables, as well as flowers, they are practicing what we call horticulture. You choose either of them or either of these things. You can produce fruits, you can produce vegetables, and you can produce flowers. When you practice each of these, you are doing horticulture. So examples of fruits, examples of flowers are as follows. We have the mangoes. These are fruits. So if you choose to plant mangoes, you are practicing horticulture. You choose to plant mustard. These are vegetables. You are practicing horticulture. And we have the flamboyant. These are a type of flowers. So when you plant this one, you are practicing horticulture. And also moving forward, we have this one, pomoculture. Pomoculture means production of fruits only. Production of fruits only. That is pomoculture. Fruits can be produced. Now, if you choose to produce only fruits, you are practicing pomoculture. So, pomoculture are examples of the fruits that can be produced under pomoculture. We have the production oranges. The production of oranges. When you produce orange, you have your orchard of oranges. That means you are practicing pomoculture therein. You have tamarind. Tamarind means bwemba. So when you produce the tamarind, you are doing pomoculture. Also, you have the granadiolus. These are also fruits. So when you are doing the granadiolus production, you are doing pomoculture. So these sub-branches have got their own separate crops that can be produced there. That is why it is very much important to know what am I practicing. These crops that I'm doing, this farming activity, these are production of this particular crop I am doing falls under which sub-branch. Because the more you know this, the better you can take care of your crops. So moving forward, we have this also another one as floriculture. Floriculture is the production of flowers only. As the name says, flori means culture is just agriculture, farming, that's culture. Flori, flowers. So floriculture is the production of flowers only. Examples of such flowers we are talking about, we have the periwinkle flowers, we have the marigold flowers, and also we have the night queen flower. These, when you choose any minimum flowers that we can produce and minimum flowers that we can plant, all those they fall under floriculture as a branch of agriculture under crop production. We have also another sub-branch as olericulture. Olericulture means the production of vegetables. Olericulture is the production of vegetables. So when farmers are producing vegetables, they are practicing olericulture. So vegetables can be planted in our home yards as we do as in form of garden. So we are doing olericulture. We have these ones as our examples of such particular vegetables. We have the African spinach, bonongwe, that one. That is the African spinach, bonongwe. So, and also we have mwani. This also is commonly done together when we are in the rainy seasons. We have that one planted together with the maize. People, they do plant mwani together with the maize. So that one also is olericulture. So we have another vegetable so-called lettuce. This one is also practiced mainly when you go to areas of desert. Our friends, they do a lot of lettuce there, sangano there. They are green vegetables which are used mainly in hotels. You go there, you find that they use as a part of salad. So that is lettuce. So this is commonly produced in areas of desert there because they favor we call cold weather. So desert is a bit colder there. So they favor such particular weathers. So lettuce is also a vegetable that is grown here in Malawi. So they fall under olericulture. Another one is rape. So rape can be also grown. Now, when someone is producing rape, that is olericulture. And the last one is kamganje. Kamganje looks similar as rape. Some you can confuse that this is rape, but it's what? Kamganje. So the only difference there is that rape has got a little bit long leaves as compared to the leaves of kamganje. But looking at their appearance, their color, they look the same. So kamganje and rape also they can be olericulture. So this some branching of olericulture deals more with the production of vegetables. So when you practice this one, just know that you are practicing olericulture. Now, moving forward, we have these sub branches of agriculture and animal production, and also their meaning as well as examples. We will be having the sub branch under animal production, its meaning, and also we'll have the examples. Now, the first one, let us look at the cattle farming as a sub branch of animal production. Cattle farming simply means the keeping of cattle. When you keep cattle for different purposes, for prestige. When you talk for prestige, some people just keep these cattle so that they should just gain fame from other people, just to be saying they are having cattle. That is prestige. So people can keep for prestige, can be keeping for selling, can keep them for different reasons. So the keeping of cattle is what we call cattle farming. And the examples of cattle, we have the zebu and the Brahman. We have all these ones. So cattle can be exotic, can be indigenous one. So we have those examples, the zebu and the Brahman. And also we have the goat farming. Goat farming, as the name suggests, simply means the keeping of goats. So the keeping of goat is what we call goat farming. So goats can save a lot purposes as compared to the cattle. So we have these ones as our examples. We have the Malawian goat and we have the Boer goat. So these ones are examples of the goats that can be farmed. So if you are keeping these goats, just know that you are practicing goat farming. What about this one? This one also is also another sub-branch, pig farming. Pig farming. With these ones, we don't have much to do, because when you say pig farming, simply means the keeping of pigs. That is pig farming. So these pigs are of these examples. We have the landless pigs and we have the large white pigs. So these are particularly these large white pigs. They are kept by the government, where under the nurse farm institution. When you find that at the nurse farm they are having their own pigs, they favor these ones, the large white pigs. So here in Malawi, when the government is keeping pigs, they look into that one, large white pigs. While the landless is kept in our localities and our homeward environment, because these ones they are good at feeding themselves. They can go around find their own one feed. Well, these ones they are locked. The large white ones they cannot afford to do that. So they are taken care. They are intensively farmed. So we have that one. Now also this one is another sub branch under animal production, sheep farming. Sheep farming simply means the keeping of sheep. That is sheep farming, the keeping of sheep. So the keeping of sheep also is practice. Now if it is done, just know that that one is a branch of animal production. So the example of sheep, we have the dopa. These are the example of the sheep that can be farmed. So farmers, they do practice this. When they do that one, these fall under sheep farming as a sub-branch of agriculture and animal production. So we have this also the sub-branch of poultry. Poultry simply means, from the last topic that we had, we said that poultry are domesticated animals. So the keeping of domesticated animals is what we call poultry. So these animals that we keep in our homes, in our various communities, in our localities, we live with them, we domesticate them. That falls under poultry. So poultry is the keeping of domesticated animals. So we talk of that one, we are referring to chickens. We keep these birds under poultry. When you keep chickens, we are practicing poultry. You have these ones, the ducks. So ducks also are birds, domestic birds that we keep in our homes, in our localities. What about this one? We also keep these ones, the Guinea fowl. We keep them. We live with them in our localities, in our homes. So that is poultry. So poultry is also a branch of animal production. So we have also this one, fish farming, as a branch of animal production. So fish farming, we are talking of raising of fish in ponds. Raising of fish in ponds. So when we talk of a pond, some may be confused with a lake. Should we say that the fish that are in the lake are also fish farming? No, when we talk of fish farming, we keep the fish in the ponds. So a pond is a constructed water reservoir which has got inlet and outlet, and the purpose is there to keep fish. So the fish that favors fish farming here in Malawi, we are having the makumba fish, and also we have the jumbo fish. So these they favor fish farming here in Malawi. They are endure to the conditions in the ponds. So when you practice these ones, it is fish farming. Another sub branch is rabbitry. Rabbitry simply means the keeping of rabbits. So rabbits are also kept. So when we keep rabbits, you are practicing rabbitry. So rabbitry is also a sub-branch under animal production. So examples of rabbitry are, we have California. These are California, can be California white, can be California black. So we have the chinchilla rabbits. So these are rabbits that you can keep. So when you are keeping these ones, that is rabbitry. So another one is apiculture. Apiculture is the keeping of bees. When you keep bees, you are practicing apiculture. It is becoming now popular here in Malawi that most farmers, they venture into this business of apiculture, keeping of bees. Particularly here, they keep this example of bees, the honey bees. By the end, they get honey from that, which is sold for different purposes. So apiculture is keeping of bees, and the example is the honey bees. So as you can see in your picture there, you are having different farm animals that are kept here in Malawi, that are farmed under different sub branches from that particular picture. So looking at those pictures, that's marked the end of the lesson that we had today. Today we were discussing about the branches of agriculture, and from that we have seen that there are major two branches of agriculture: the crop production and the animal production. These two, they are divided into their sub-what branches, of which we have read together. We have seen them with their meanings as well as their examples. Now, here are exercise from that particular topic. You have to answer this to measure your understanding of the lesson. The first question reads, what are the two main branches of agriculture? You answer based on what we have arranged. There are two main branches of agriculture. You answer pertaining to what we have discussed. The second question is list 4 examples of sub-branches under each of the branches of agriculture. List 4 examples of sub-branches under each branch of agriculture. That is a question that needs more understanding. There are two things happening there. You have to identify the two branches. When you identify them, you give on each 4 sub-branch. So you identify the main branch. On each, you give 4 sub-branches. All have been explained, all has been taught in the lesson that we had. Now, our next lesson will be Unit 3, and particularly we'll be looking at the importance of agriculture. Till next time, you have been with me, your teacher, Kondwani Nyirenda.